Okay, let's unpack this. Normally, we're tackling these massive shifts in, tech or economics. But today, we are doing a deep dive on a piece of bent metal.
It is a very specific piece of bent metal, though.
It is. We're talking about the key digital KD-BKTHF. And honestly, when I first saw this in our source stack, which is just a product listing from a pro AV supplier, I thought, why? Why are we talking about a mounting bracket? But then I saw the price.
$70.
Right, $70 for a bracket. I mean, I can go to a hardware store and get a shelf for, what, $10? Or just use zip ties.
Yeah.
So my question is, why does this thing exist and why is it so many bucks?
I love that skepticism.
Yeah.
And look, if this were for your home setup, I'd say, yeah, use the zip ties. But we're talking about enterprise AV. The whole context is different. To really understand the bracket, you almost have to think of it as solving a geometry problem.
A geometry problem. Okay, I'm listening.
Well, think about a standard server rack. It's exactly 19 inches wide, right?
Right, that's the industry standard. Everything from servers to switches is built to fit.
Exactly. It all screws right in. But the devices this bracket is designed for, these little key digital encoders and decoders, they're half rack width.
So they're too small.
Way too small. If you try to mount them directly, they just fall right through the gap.
So you have these expensive, critical pieces of tech that literally don't fit the infrastructure they're supposed to live in.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this adapter, this bracket, it bridges that gap. It lets you take a proprietary device size and integrate it into that industry standard world. It's not just holding it up, it's making it belong in the ecosystem.
The listing mentions enterprise AV over IA solutions. I'm guessing that's the ecosystem we're talking about.
That's the whole big picture, yeah. We are just mounting a DVD player here. These units are often 1080p encoders, like that KDIP 1080TX that's mentioned in the related products on the page. In a big commercial environment, you could have dozens of these running video for an entire office building.
And the listing also has all this, this Wolfpack branding from the supplier. And it mentions compass control. How does that all fit together?
Well, the Wolfpack stuff is just the supplier's own branding. You can kind of ignore that. But compass control, that's the key. That's Key Digital's control system. It's the brain that's managing the screens, the lights, the audio, everything in the conference room.
So these little half-width boxes this bracket holds, they could be the brain of the whole operation.
Or at the very least, they're the central nervous system. And that is exactly why you don't use zip ties. When you're rolling out an enterprise AV system, you have to think about things like thermal management and port density.
Heat. Right, I didn't even think about the heat.
These encoders run 247. If you just stack them on a shelf like pancakes, they're going to overheat. It's a guarantee. This bracket positions them perfectly in the rack for proper airflow. It's all about reliability. Because if that brain overheats in the middle of a huge board meeting, nobody's going to care that you save $60 on the mount.
That makes the 3-year key digital warranty it mentions make a lot more sense. It's not just saying the metal won't break.
No, not at all. It's an insurance policy for the integrator.
Right.
It's a signal that this is a certified part of that system. It means this piece of hardware is rated and tested to hold that expensive gear securely for years.
Yeah.
It looks professional, sure, but really it's all about uptime.
It's just so funny. We spend all our time talking about the flashiest tech, the 8K screens, the AI processors, and none of that works if the little encoder box falls off a shelf in the server closet.
That's the whole reality of what we call invisible infrastructure.
The
more seamless and perfect the experience is out in the conference room.
The more rigid and precise the installation had to be back in the server room.
Exactly right.
So next time you're in a high-tech meeting and everything just works, maybe take a second. Wonder what's holding it all together in the dark. It might just be a $70 piece of bent metal doing all the heavy lifting.